metro, le stazioni della metropolitana essenziali e quasi spogliate di tutto. Insomma, mi sembra che ci sia molta omologazione nel pensare i nuovi spazi pubblici, almeno nelle grandi città italiane.
It's very, very hot. Too hot. I usually don't go running this time of the day. It's afternoon. Probably the microphone cannot pick up any of this, but still, my blood sugars are really high. That's the only reason why I'm trusting this afternoon run. Honestly, it's not even that bad to run Piano Padano, but there are literally no trees like these and then nothing more. So you have to run under the scorching sun. It's a little bit exhausting. Lately my heart rate is always high. It was so good before the Kyoto and Osaka marathon, and now it's super shitty. Whew. Maybe I should slow down, but sometimes I just enjoy running, you know, without looking at the watch every 2 seconds. Yeah, this is a fun run, not a training run. Even though it should be a training run. Whatever. Here we go. So, oh, this is awful. Yeah, better. So, I ran 10 kilometers today. And actually this week, like all my runs have been 10 kilometers except for one, I think, 9 kilometers something. And I was thinking that on one side I feel very, very tired, but on the other side, like 10 kilometers has become my standard distance, standard everyday distance. So I don't know how to feel about this. I feel that my heart rate is too high. I feel that something is still, you know, but I'm actually pretty proud of it. It's one of the shoepwear from Y2T, from the Halloween batch. Smells good. Looks almost like a coffee. Nice.
Senza bloccare il corridoio, riponendo le valigie grandi nelle cappelliere. Cambi di posto non saranno possibili. Per ulteriore assistenza non state a contattarci. Grazie, benvenuti a bordo.
So, I'm out here for a fun run today. It should have been a long run, but I've been traveling for the past week, so I just don't have it in me. I will just, you know, do the usual 10 maybe. The weather is very good. I haven't slept that well today. but it's fine. I'm not pushing too much. And today is Easter. It's Easter Sunday, so we will have a huge lunch after. A butterfly. So this is enough reason for me to just go out there. I'm currently in the south of Sardinia. I have to say that here, yeah, temperatures are not good. This is like summer, full summer. And it's only the beginning of April, so. And this morning I had for breakfast a giant piece of chocolate Easter egg, which I don't think it's the perfect pre-run fuel. But it's just a tradition. Usually me and my brother, we have chocolate Easter egg on Easter morning. Yeah, I have to say I'm feeling quite heavy now.
Come si dice? Eh?
Sciogliere il sale nonostante per 2 secondi
Anche a Mauro lo mando anche a Mauro. Manda tutto.
si ammorbidisce se avete il basilico che avete visto che c'è la sensibilità.
Può essere. Oh, guardali.
Distratto un po'. E siccome sei molto lontano, più forte ti scriverò. Quando sei partito.
Buongiorno. It's Easter Monday. My Dexcom is not working, so I'm not sure how this run will be. Probably very shitty. Either I will go low without realizing it, or I will go too high. Anyway, I don't have anything planned for today because I'm still a little bit tired. But yeah, similar to yesterday, today is really nice. The sky is blue, so I think I will just improvise. Yesterday I had lunch at 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. And I'm not used to it anymore, you know, because I am now adapted to German standards. So every time I come back to Italy, especially during festivities, like lunchtime is always crazy. It's crazy late, like 3 p.m. Come on. Of course I skipped dinner after that because it was 7 and we were still having, you know, desserts and whatever. I think this is also something that it's not really good for training, for marathon training and for running in general. If there's something that I learned over time is that routine and, you know, consistent plans, consistent timing, especially with type 1 diabetes, right? Like, of course, type 1 diabetes is always unpredictable, but you can reduce the level of unpredictability by planning and testing over and over the same food, having lunch more or less at the same time, having the time to digest after dinner, you know, all these good habits, they like pile up at some point and they make a really good routine that it's easy to follow. And they basically help you not to have that level of unpredictability that, yeah, already as a woman you have with, you know, your period, hormonal changes and so on. So, yeah. But of course you cannot have it all, right? And life is good also because it has this level of unpredictability of like having your family discussing about what's the best time to have lunch, and then you end up having it 3 p.m. or something like that, right? So, and I also don't want to fall into the very bad opposite, right? Of having all my life piled up in boxes where I cannot like be flexible. I think that's a very bad mindset, either with, you know, either if it comes to times or to food that you're eating and so on. Yeah, routine is good, but it's better to stay a little bit flexible and not go crazy, because otherwise you fall into the opposite trap, right? Of having everything established and not be able to enjoy life, enjoy these little things that come with it. Enjoy the fact that sometimes you cannot stick to a schedule. You just have to adapt. And in general, I think that's a great skill to have. Giorno?
Giorno.
Both with type 1 diabetes and also when marathon training, because of course, you know, oh, that's my insulin pump. Because of course, yeah, there will always be something that doesn't go according to plan. Let's do like the Japanese people. I think that car saw me doing that and they were like, what the fuck? But that's always funny. Especially if nobody is like expecting it. Talking about unpredictability, my sensor, my Dexcom sensor, stopped working like when I was around kilometer 5. This is happening more often than usual, so I'm not really sure what is going on. But anyway, I don't care, because in any case they will upgrade me next month in May with a new system which has very bad reviews, so I'm mostly concerned about that. Yeah, but also the G6 was not properly working lately, so I don't know, maybe they switched to lower quality materials to, yeah, have more profit or whatever these companies do, which is exhausting, but yeah. On the opposite direction, the route is slightly downhill on some parts, which means that now I'm going slowly uphill. And the sun is coming out. So this will be fun. I'm done. Woo-hoo. Buonasera. Sì, devo farlo però. Aspetta, come che mi ha detto?
Beh, sì. Anche io.
Ah, vedi che sei girata?
Che rimane portata? No. No, di dire che Matilde qua, Anna qua e Viola. Ora che poi vengono a controllare, fanno usare i biglietti. Oh dai, vabbè, ci scriveranno.